Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Prime Padel Pattya Pro Women's Finals. We have come to the very final match for Irina Chernaya and Natalie Nakprasert versus the Estrada sisters, Carlota Estrada and Elizabeth Estrada. This is going to be a fantastic match coming through. We've had Carlota and Elizabeth absolutely dominate their semi-final versus Anais Nasoim and Lara Rotrakarn. Meanwhile, Irina Chernaya and Natalie Nakprasert did have a very close semi-finals up against Tasa Vitevaraj and Dare Serangyang. It's going to be an interesting time to see how these two teams match up against each other. I've got to say, coming into it, just based off of the semi-finals, it does feel like Carlota Estrada and Elizabeth Estrada might be the favourites, but as far as seeding is concerned, Irina Chernaya and Natalie are some of the highest seeds in the entire tournament. We'll have to wait to see, though. In the meanwhile, Natalie showed us some very strong right-sided play. Irina on the Bahadas was also absolutely fantastic. Irina, of course, playing on the left side in front of you. In the red dress is Natalie. In the orange, you can see Carlota, and Elizabeth is playing in the black. So that's going to be Carlota playing on the left-hand side for the team opposite the camera, and Elizabeth right there next to her. Nice lob out mid-court. Natalie will be able to get control over the net because of it. Irina has to come back in for one of those Bahadas that she's become so very good at. Still can't get the point off the back of it immediately. Carlota trying to go down the line will instead falter. Irina, backhand through. Elizabeth is just playing to maintain for now. That's a ball gone too wide. A little bit of pressure out onto the Estrada sisters as well over here. We'll have to wait to see whether that continues to be the case. 30-all. Fault called on the first. Sorry, it is 15-40. So 2 break points in a row consecutively coming out. One of them already given over. The backhand goes very wide. Out from Natalie. Nice high lob through. Natalie does recover it regardless, but can't find the net off the back of it. Quick lob overhead as well. Natalie keeps it going. Nice smash attempt over here from Carlota, and it is going to give them a big deuce. Irina regretting that she couldn't get the cross back over the other side. She knew that there was a gap that she was trying to exploit, but went a little bit too far ahead of that ball. Lob back over. Carlota. Oh, beautiful shot coming out over there from Elizabeth. Given a chance and a higher chancletazo, and she'll be able to end it immediately. High lob goes out. What are we thinking of here, Natalie? She tries to send it back down the center, and where Carlota looks for an execution on a Vibra, it's going to be another breakpoint game point that is forfeited. Back to deuce, second deuce. Last one before we can potentially see a All right, with that first break, now up 40-15. Irina and Natalie are showing us why they're the top seeds in the tournament. Any doubts I had might have been assuaged. But Carlota and Elizabeth are still looking to fight back. Nice backhand from Elizabeth. Over here for Elizabeth to shine once again, but she misses it out on the backhand, and with that Irina and Natalie can consolidate their break advantage, now up 2-0. For Irina, this is her first finals where she's coming into an APPT finals as the marked favorite when it comes to the seeding and the ranking. Nice shot from Natalie. Oh, that is magnificent. Gets right up close to the net, backhands down into the corner, and Elizabeth could not move over to take over the space that Carlota had left unoccupied. Shot through the center. It is Natalie completely taking control of the game right now. Love 30. Elizabeth. Oh, Natalie gets out a good shot through the side gallery. In the meanwhile, pushing forward. Once again, Carlota is looking to recover some sort of momentum, and by putting Irina in a corner, will be able to do so. Second serve. Just completely designing that opportunity for herself. I mean, look at this. Irina, she gets a backhand, sends it right over into a Carlota who's standing a little bit further back because she's worried about the speed, but because the serve had a little bit more height to it, she still has to catch it underneath the net. Ball goes high. Irina's already in position. She knows what she's done. Immediate smash back out. Natalie looking to gain control over the net once again, and as Irina moves back in for a Bahada, that's one of those break points that you have said goodbye to. Still, one more is available. You can make this a truly fantastic start over here. A 3-0 opening would be a serious statement to the grand finals. High lob out. Return the other way. Ooh, clipping the grill, but ball's going to be fine. Carlota wants in for a smash of her own. It's going to be outside, and where Irina certainly did think about it, in the end saw that there wasn't that much spin on it, assumed that it would end up meeting the second grill. But it is deuce either way. Fantastic fight back from Carlota and Elizabeth to bring it back into a position where they can hold. Advantage in as Natalie errors on the serve return. Irina and Natalie will be the first ones back on court right now. Natalie has been playing a fantastic game. I mean, I don't know if it's because it's nighttime, the weather's going to be a little bit better right now as well, probably less affected by the humidity, but I have to say the speed that we're seeing coming out from Irina and Natalie in terms of their progression to the net is just a very different thing right now. I lob out. Another chance over here for taking over the net, and Elizabeth, in her desperation to try and prevent that from happening, is going to send a Vibra out to the side glass instead. Great backhand out to the grill from Irina. She's really made it completely impossible for Carlota to get off that soft touch that we were praising her for so much earlier on in the semi-finals. Carlota, though, knows that she needs to get back into this, and right now, with that first point, 30-15, Carlota and Elizabeth are really desperately hoping for that break back. Serve down center, catches them off completely. A faster serve, and Carlota can't cover the distance in time. Over to Carlota now on the serve. Love all 1-3, I believe, should be the score. We'll have that corrected in a second. Great lob on the backhand. I mean, Natalie's been so good at those. It was a very interesting matchup between the right side diagonal and in the semi-finals. Natalie and Tasa were both doing so well on those backhand lobs. We ended up seeing a lot more of those, and in most other APPT women's semi-finals that I've seen. Right now, good push through on that lob once again, but it's the net into the grill, which is too much to deal with. Brilliant shot out from Carlota. 30 love. 15 all. Sorry. Shot through right to the forehand. Natalie is going to be caught off by the Bahana, but a great drop right back over. Unfortunately, Irina can't compound on it. It clips the top of her racket. She was so certain in that ball. It was destined to be another point for them in their pursuit of a second break. 30-15 though. Carlota and Elizabeth have fended them off. 40-15. Irina finds a Vibra. And with that, it's going to be 15 love, I do believe. Ball through Irina. It's going to be looking to lob it back likely. No, the backhand Bahada, and Elizabeth is there to receive, and with that it opens up a corner. That's a very greedy Bahada. You need to have a really good angle to put it out to the diagonal or something to have space to reset. Otherwise, you'll always be vacating a corner the way she did. Nice attempt, but it's not going to be enough of a hit. Irina losing out on the smash, ends up clipping the glass instead. Carlota moving over for the drop shot, can't reach it in time. First use. As Irina back over to the deuce serve. What a lob. I mean, can't ask for much better than that, but with a follow-up being a bandeja that Natalie can receive, they'll still end up not being able to recover the net entirely. Natalie, good lob herself, tries to move over, does have her side pulled away from it, but still recovers. Irina and Natalie are just continuing to push and push and push some more, eventually catching them on the back foot, but it's going to be recovery as Carlota on what looked like a straightforward volley. That's winded up with the length of the rally and ends up making an error. So advantage to the serving side. Irina hoping to bring this back to a close. Very high lob. And it's not going to be received. There's that second deuce they were looking for. Or rather, there's that win that's come through. Smashes are being missed right now on the court. You can't be giving up opportunities like that one. Another opportunity for Elizabeth, perhaps. Does push forward. A fast shot through from Natalie gives her a chance to lob. She's been doing a great job of setting herself back up on the net, but Irina can't chase and come through with her. Instead, she meets a Vibra head on, follows up with one of her own, but she's been received, cut off on the side. Elizabeth, very good volley to come through with there. Natalie ends up with a slower shot because of that. Elizabeth set up for her sister to have a very good smash, but again, those missed smashes, so many opportunities gone by the wayside in their hurry to try and bring things back in the grand finals. The Estrada sisters are maybe making more mistakes than they would otherwise. Still, 40 to 30. A chance to hold. Despite the two missed smashes, they are still at least keeping this competitive. Fault on the first. Ball through down center. And it's going to be a deuce back That's 3 different overheads where you have the net in one game, and unfortunately you've made an error. Now look, I'm not saying this to criticize. You have to remember, overheads are the shot that gets affected the most by pressure, and pressure is very much on. Carlotta moves back over, hesitating to smash. Natalie sends a lob back out in, and Carlotta, whose vibras have been a major strength, might end up being a crutch, but instead it's Natalie on the volley who cannot connect. Errors go both ways, and pressure will mount on all 4 shoulders. Four to 3 as Carlotta and Elizabeth hold on for dear life. Irina to serve. Carlotta and Elizabeth. A little bit confusion about whose service it actually is. Irina does tend to serve first, I believe. I won't lie to you, I'm just as confused as the players are. It's true. It is the 4th game. It is Natalie's serve. It's been a long and very warm day. Natalie's just chuckling away. Honest mistake, it happens to everyone, but it's also a good reset from just focusing on the competition. It might mean both teams can have a bit more levity about it. Lob overhead. Nice smash through. Can it be recovered? Absolutely not. Carlotta, who has been missing a couple of overheads alongside her sister, will be very happy to find that. Will give her some much needed confidence about her smash. Vibra back to the corner. It is hugging the wall, still recovered by Elizabeth. Elizabeth, leg on up high. Irina goes in for the smash. Can they make their way over to it? Yes, they can. Elizabeth, what a recover. Ibera coming through, still recovers back. Ibera coming through, still recovers back onto the net as well. They're looking for a close onto Irina's side, but a quick switch over means that both players have been forced back. Can Elizabeth find the shot she's looking for? No, it's gone wide. And that 2-point advantage on their opponent's serve is going to dwindle down to just the 1. (15-30). Natalie is the way over, and it is a good recovery from Natalie, giving up the net very quickly. Irina knows that she has to go into a more defensive position, but the turtle is back out of its shell. She's going through with a big one, smashes it back to 30 all. Absolutely magnificent. Good goal from Irina. 40-30, 3 points in a row. And Carlota and Elizabeth know that this might have been a big opportunity that they've let go of. Smash through. Goes to the side glass first, so it's a comfortable receipt. But even more comfortable on the shot to Carlota's backhand. Irina taking control of this game herself. 3-5, Carlota back on serve. It was her serve initially that was broken in the beginning of the set. Manages to keep the ball in play, and unfortunately her sister can't do the same. Elizabeth will end up receiving a hard ground stroke from the back of the court. Irina very good at speeding up the ball onto net defenders. Great return on the service. Elizabeth once again caught outside. Natalie trusts her teammate's call. It's love 30. Tries to go too far out to the gallery. Irina's going to be the one giving consolation. In the semi-finals, it was Natalie keeping her calm and collected. But right now, 15-30. Irina is more than happy to be fired up. High ball. And Carlota. These overheads are going to be haunting them in their sleep tonight unless they managed to overcome it and still recover. But this first set seems to be a very difficult close for the Spanish side. 15-40. Irina, big lob. Elizabeth's smash is going to be met before it can find the wall, and with that, Irina has to go back into recovery mode again. Is it going to be a smash out on Irina's side? Yes, it is. The double glass will make sure if she keeps it alive. Irina, what a game coming out from her. It's going to be 6 found for the Russian Thai team. Set number 1 goes their way. What is set number 2 going to hold? Can Carlota and Elizabeth fight back in the finals? Irina Chernaya will be the one starting off on the service for set number 2. Carlotta and Elizabeth will have had time to reflect on their mistakes from set 1. Losing by 2 breaks in a fashion which, frankly, I am very surprised by. But you can see the difference in experience. Irina, a much more experienced member of the APPT sorority. Solid shot out to Elizabeth's legs. And as far as Natalie Nagprasert is concerned, I think, I'd have to double check this, but I think she's got some of the most FIP experience as of recent history. These last 6 months she's been attending tournament on tournament on tournament. Nice shot down center. Lob out from Carlotta. Will not go deep enough. And with that, it's 40-love in favor of Irina and Natalie. Natalie. Oh, what a shot from Irina. She will have to go back over to her corner, but it's incredibly accurate so far. And where the smash is attempted out from Elizabeth, rather from Carlotta from the back of the court, it will not be working in their favor. Irina is quick to rectify. This is one of the problems with trying to get a flatter shot out from the back of the court as well, and then taking net fast. Unless you've got some extra power on it, it's generally going to come back to the net in practically Chiquita territory. Then getting a follow-up volley on it that's actually effective isn't going to be volleyed back in your face. Seems like so much pressure. You're much more likely to make an error. Center. Irina stretched out completely. A little bit confused about whose ball it was. She says that it might have been Natalie's. Apologizes. 15-love. And 15 all immediately afterwards. And it's so uncharacteristic to see these errors, but you can see the difference between Anais and Lara, who were playing a very good game, even if they did get beaten a bit one-sidedly. But you can see the difference between the power that Irina is able to exert, Natalie is able to exert, because they simply can't get out those same soft touches that they've been relying on in the semi-finals. Still, maybe a winning formula does exist. 30-15 as Elizabeth threads the needle through the Thai Russian team. My ball smash is good. Irina felt like she was in position, but can't believe that she can't make contact with it. Just out. Went for the more aggressive shot rather than staying conservative, and with that, Carlotta and Elizabeth, one more serve, and it's going to be 1-all, 2 games down. Natalie back to serving. Irina. Where Carlotta has found form in her overheads again, just to make sure that she's not missing them. Elizabeth's also been doing well with the volleys, but again, it's Chiquitas that they're struggling with under this pressure. Ooh, speaking of pressure, Irina very emotive on the court. She knows she shouldn't have missed that one. 15 all. (30-15). Carlotta calls a fault out on the first one. Just barely. Irina. That's the same shot that was missed earlier on. Makes it look easy this time, and now goes back over to attempt a gancho. It's a Good recovery lob from Carlota, making sure that she's not going to be caught off on the side. Line ball through. And it's 40-15 on Natalie's service. Oh, dare. Rena's coming down, Natalie, letting her know that it's going to be fine. She had time for that shot. Natalie. Double glass in the corner. Going back in for another. Smash is good, but it's not going to be high enough. Can they recover? Absolutely not. Irina has the ball immediately sent back over to her body. She's caught off guard, and Elizabeth very fired up from meeting that aggressive attack head on. That's a very shallow lob. But confusion amongst the Estradas. Irina, smiling away, knows that she's gotten away with murder. Advantage in on Natalie's serve as she continues to serve out to the backhand. Fault on the first. The second opens things up for a bandeja. Elizabeth takes her time, spins back in, has a chance to lob them back over as well, but where? Irina's asking for the ball. Natalie tries to go for a hero shot of her own. You could have seen it working out, but has to stretch a bit too far behind her back. They're not going to be too affected by it. Big lob. Forced back. Another lob. Elizabeth slows it down. Carlota really looking for the closer, and she might have done it. Irina trying to close the distance, unable to do so. And with that, it is Carlota and Elizabeth to find the first break of the second set. This is very much game on. Carlota and Elizabeth will walk onto the court with their head held high. All they have to do right now is consolidate this break, and this second set becomes a massive advantage for them. That's not to say breakbacks are not possible. Of course they are. Absolutely they are. We saw 2 breaks coming through from Irina and Natalie in that first set. There's no reason to assume that a second break couldn't happen for the other side. It's Elizabeth to serve. Natalie forced to stretch out. Smash is opened up, and where Natalie even looked like she might have made the distance, Carlotta is still going to find success with the smash. Love, Natalie. Goals fall down on the first. Elizabeth sets up nicely for another Vibra through from Carlotta, who's forced back on the backhand because of these great blocks that Irina has been prioritizing. Speaking of great blocks, you would have needed a fantastic one to stop that power in Elizabeth's Bahada, and unfortunately that was just not enough. Elizabeth brings them up to 40 love. This consolidation seems awfully quick and very well played so far. Good block first time over. Second slows down because of the double glass, but Elizabeth can't get it done. It's 40-15. They can still feel comfortable with these 2 break points that they have, as long as they don't give up another point, and they don't want to. Carlotta comes in with the intercept, finds a short flat smash, and ball doesn't rise nearly enough for Irina to have a chance to send it back in. It is 1-3. Irina Chernaya back on serve. Back and through. Irina trying to keep it on the diagonal. Both players are going to be doing so on the Thai Russian side, as Natalie's aggression will be solely focused on Elizabeth. A chance to intercept will appear though. Carlotta takes it. Carlotta now move back in off center. Still has her sister to cover for her. Moves back as it's a perfect lob from Irina to put her into the back of the court. Irina in the meanwhile even finding Elizabeth, but has given up the net herself. Natalie does the same. Elizabeth, oh, solid shot, but can't find the grill. That's what she's really looking for there. Tries to go over to the vertical attack, but Irina is going to be consistently good at defense. Natalie is the one who gets caught off in the end. Fantastic rally, but it's going to be Carlotta and Elizabeth to come through with the first point on Irina's second serve. A little bit of confusion. I got confused, I won't lie to you. I've only seen 1 point of pay. I'm pretty certain about this. The referee will be called back in to find out how this is supposed to go. Quick replay of the ending of that first point. I mean, look at this again. The referee will have to step in. The problem is that because the second point has also already been played, and the referee will have to step in and make a call about whether the point is fully replayed. How does this work normally? It's all down to the referee and the rule book. believe this will be the point replay from 0-15. And a solid bahara from Natalie will rectify things back to 15 all. And just 1 point, but it can break a lot of momentum. And ball, Irina Chernaya will be made the focus once again. Good block from Natalie in the middle. She now has to come through with a lob, and of course she does. Still attempting to vibra it down. Carlotta will have the net interrupter. 30-15 for Irina and Natalie. Irina. Very good volley up there. I mean, he just barely manages to stay in, gets an awkward bounce through. You can't blame Elizabeth at all for misreading it. 40-15, 2 game points. This doesn't look like it's going to be a chance for a second break too early in. Nice lob through, smashes there as well. She tries very hard on the lob to the backhand of Carlotta, so the smash can't be enabled, but Carlotta's been good with her footwork in this set especially. Natalie. That's the interrupt. Irina looking for much of the same. Can't make the distance. It's back to 40 all. A break might be on the menu after all. Such a good pushback from Carlotta and Elizabeth. Carlotta's been very quick to try and get herself to the net. It's one of the advantages she has of Natalie not being willing to engage in the same kind of volley battles with her. So, oh no, crosses by, contra needed, backhand back in. Natalie comes in for the save. It's off the grill, they can keep it in. Will be touched through from Irina, a backhand as well. Can Natalie keep it alive? Elizabeth with a Shakretazao will give them their 3rd point in a row. It is advantage out and another break opportunity for the Estrada sisters. Serve to the center, and it is going to be lost over. It is 4-1. I mean, being 40-15 up and having that go the other way is going to be upsetting. They have to take a moment to cool down outside as they're now down 2 breaks. Carlotta is very content with her performance in the second set so far, and why wouldn't she be? Oh my days, it is a straightforward serve into smash. Catching Garina and Natalie off guard. Natalie, ooh, misses out on another one. 30 love. Last minute strategizing between Irina and her partner. Volley down center, trying to Chiquita to Carlotta's backhand. It's a tactic that works out wonders. Big lob. Space found at the net. Irina stays just far back enough where she can get a comfortable mid-court bandeja. Slows it down, makes sure it's not going to bounce back from the wall either. And back to 30 all. There's another smash coming through. It's a fake this time over. Natalie's ready for it. She'll even adjust back in for the backhand, but not able to get the stretch. Too much spin, and it's 40-30, game point. There's a lot of confusion about the point system, I'll give you that much. And I don't blame you too much, because I'm confused too. Not all the time, but sometimes. Or maybe it's 30-15, not 40-30. We're gonna know eventually. I think it's 40-30, I'll be honest. There we go! Scoreboard agrees with me. Right. That's going to be advantage out as a missed Chancletazos. Chancletazos are some of the hardest shots to get off the back of a long cross serve, right? When you're playing Australian, you have to go for the longer cross and then go for a Chancletazo. It is so often that you see those being missed under pressure, but that shot is not missed at all. Beautiful overhead. Goes out to the right side. I believe this might be golden point. And indeed it feels that way with how happy they are. It is going to be 5-1 for Carlotta and Elizabeth. They are feeling very good about themselves right now. There's a little dance going on in the background on the right side. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe a little warm-up dance. Maybe happy feet. Up goes through deep. 15 love. As this is looking like an attempt to make this second set less one-sided. And it's starting off strong. Oh dear. Contact made, apologies exchanged, and it will be 40 love. To forehand, Elizabeth. Bahada is good. Even when it is blocked, it'll give her a chance to come in for a lob. Some confusion about whose ball that is. Not once, but twice over. Elizabeth still maintains control, happily so. That is very nice to see. 2-5, Arena calls for the comeback. Will they be able to achieve it? There's still a long road to cross, at least in this second set. It feels like set number 3 is destined. Can they change their fate? Serving again is Elizabeth, hoping to end this second set here and now. And the lob from Irina is certainly contributing to that. Lob goes too deep. Elizabeth once again back on serve. Nice shot through. Blocked well from Irina regardless. Second block is there as well. Elizabeth sets up for Carlotta to have a smash or two. In the end, Carlotta chooses to keep it gentle again and again. Finally, a lob from out in the corner, and it's Elizabeth to close that battle of the lobs. Forty love, set point, 3 in a row. And Irina and Natalie have to try and claw back. Smash over here, looking to close in style, and indeed it will. 6-2 as they fight back. Carlotta and Elizabeth are still in it for the win. What does set 3 have in store? We're going to have to wait to see. The final set for the grand finals will begin. Irina Chernaya and Natalie Nakprasert, the top seed for the tournament, end up losing the second set to some of these deadly overheads, and for Carlotta and Elizabeth, they have to rely on those to keep on going because these ground strokes are nothing short of fantastic. A drop shot in response is a great way of dealing with it, though. Natalie can't close the distance. It's love 15. And a second point found by Elizabeth on her own diagonal. Can't be 3 over. Very good service down the center. Too much spin on it as well. Elizabeth's not able to adjust. It's 15-30 on the scoreboard. $15-40. You might be looking down at the face of another early break with the way things are going. Good recovery off the side glass. Natalie setting up for an aggressive shot from Elizabeth, which will give them their second point. Elizabeth gets caught a little bit off guard. The ball ended up being slightly higher than she was prepared for, but a slow shot adjustment from her will still give them the point. Very nicely done. Fault on the first serve as she tries to get a bit more tricky. Second serve, she's going to attack it through. Carlotta is ready to receive it. A lob back out from Elizabeth, sky high. It opens up for a Bahada. The Bahada goes out. Now, look, the Bahadas where I will have to say Irina and Natalie have been delivering some fantastic shots, but we've not actually seen too many of those needed from Carlotta and Elizabeth. The lobs out from the Thai-Russian duo have not generally been the kind of lobs that get Bahada'd, but maybe that's going to be an adjustment that we see coming into this set. 3 points in a row, 2 of those break points gone. It is advantage in for Irina and Natalie. The Estrada sisters are going to try and give themselves another chance to break. And with a quick deuce, risky shot from Irina. And it's golden point, I believe, being played. High ball through. Elizabeth comes in strong on a diagonal again. Will vacate the premises for Carlotta to take precedent. Elizabeth still recovers even when Natalie delivers a very powerful shot to the double glass. Still keeping it under control is becoming harder and harder, and eventually when that shot is missed through, it will be punished. Irina, challenge again. Carlotta changes opponents, finds that early break. A third set will be immediately inaugurated with a win from the Spaniards on their opponent's serve. Carlotta now comes back in to serve, trying to consolidate, get that second game in a row. Natalie can't find the lob. And with that eventually weaker play, Irina tries to tip it back out. But even had the ball gone inside the court, it was a net touch either way. 15-all. Slow backhand. Irina asking for a Chiquita there. Maybe some fatigue is also going to be in play. And a moment like that when you're ahead of the ball, going for a Chiquita is such a difficult prospect. Good block on the smash. Looking for more. Natalie able to find Carlotta. Moving back into the net. 30-all. Oof, what a service. No chance of picking that one up. Carlotta brings him up to game point. 40-30. And one missed serve return from Irina is all it's going to take to make this a 2-0 lead, or for Natalie now on the serve, a 0-2 deficit. Drive through to Irina from Carlotta. Irina, high lob. Elizabeth goes back in. Elizabeth just maintains control. The net will certainly help with that. And again, you can see Carlotta has been prioritizing going for the lob every single time on the overhead. Finally, they're able to move the Spaniards off the net. But even then, Irina will find herself in sharp contest where Natalie's already backed off to the corner of her court. She knows she has to be defensive. Elizabeth trying to cut her off. Natalie on the counter attack will extend too far. $15-all. Well, they love 15. Okay. There's some serious counting issues going on over here, ladies and gentlemen. Behind the camera and in front of it both. Through the center, Irina can't get the extra 2 steps that she needs. Love 30. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. You cannot enter the third set down 0-3. That feels like a death sentence. Carlotta finds Irina. Caught between an impossible circumstance. Had Irina stayed back, this would have been a Chancletaza or a drop shot. If Irina tries to go forward, she's going to be caught off at her feet. That's exactly what ends up happening. Natalie doing her best to give out some consolation, but it is still love 40 down. 3 break points potentially. High lob back out to the corner. Very well played, and because of that corner lob, they'll find their first point in Natalie's serve. This isn't over yet. Not by a long shot. Natalie pushing through. And over to Elizabeth again. She really wants to attack the diagonal, but Elizabeth's just been playing a perfect right side game so far. Not going for any fancy shots, just trying to play to block, but eventually she will give up one more. Now look. There's a 1 point deficit, and the second you deuce again, Carlotta and Elizabeth have got to deal with so much pressure. of having given up 3 break points in a row. Carlotta, though, doesn't want to let it get to the deuce. The contra is good from Natalie. Carlotta can't finish on the backhand. Irina opened up again. It's Natalie beside him there. Attempt at finding deuce will fail. It is 3-0 up for the Spanish sisters. With a 3-0 lead, Elizabeth is to make it 4. Despite the first set wonders that we managed to see, right now it is Natalie and Irina who are trying to claw back a seemingly impossible lead, even more so when Carlotta is finding shots like that. They thought they had the pass. She can't make her way over to the back of the court in time. Is switching sides or not? "15 love." But it's right back over to 15 all. These serves are getting deadlier and deadlier by the second. Irina has to be careful. If she takes that far back position that she's prioritized a few times over now. Oh, good adjustment. What an adjustment on the service. Not to the backhand at all, but instead right down to the tee. 40-15. Elizabeth has done so well on her services right now. No different over there. 4-0 for Carlotta Elizabeth. At this point, it feels more like they're trying to prevent a clean sweep than not on the other side. Lobo. serve. 15 all. Excellent shot. And it's getting tighter as well. That one shot is something that Carlotta has picked up a few times, and every time Irina is forced to go closer and closer to the wall, that one is just picture perfect. Elizabeth, nice attempt at sending it to Irina's corner, will not be achieved. 40-15 as they look to make their mark with the first game, and it's not going to be quite so quick. The sisters are feeling very fired up. Even so, first game found for Irina and Natalie. They will at least get bare minimum. Can they fight on from here? It's back to Carlotta on serve. Elizabeth. Carlotta does manage to push Natalie back. We've not seen too many of those explosive smashes in the past few games. She's not needed them. And not been presented with the opportunity to commit to them. Carlotta, though, these receding vibras are just something different from her. There's that smash we've been looking for. An absolute crowd pleaser, that shot is. Of course, the last hometown heroine is Natalie on the court, and she's not feeling like this is her story being told. 40 love. 4-1. Strong backhand from Irina. She's hoping to catch them off guard, but it's not going to happen. Irina recovers the ball just ever so slightly, and it's Elizabeth who errs because of it. The double glass slowing things down enough that Irina can bring herself back in play. 40-15. But it's still going to be 1-5 down for Carlotta and Elizabeth to potentially take their title home. Irina and Natalie, the highest seed in the tournament, have played so well thus far. Smash through. 15 love on Natalie's serve. Couple of big errors being made over here. Carlotta, who's been going for this net fight repeatedly, you can see why she's trying to push forward, but does concede 30 to the other side. Speaking of big errors, Irina's getting frustrated. She knows she's losing her cool right now, trying to apologize, trying to make sure that she can still enjoy the moment. Whatever the result might be, you're still in grand finals competing amongst the finest in Asia. Unfortunately, that competition is not going well for her. 30 all. Back-to-back smashes missed. But Natalie brings back control, at least in the game. Natalie. Fault called out on the first, will have to come through on the second. 40-30 up. Remember, this is game point. And they really would like to hold on. Fight for more. Nice shot out from Irina. It ends up clipping the side of the grill. With that, they find their second game, and still a lot to do, but saving some face in their initial stage of what could be a comeback. Serving for the championship, Elizabeth. Would really like to close this here and now. Natalie, however, doesn't give a darn about what she likes or not. High ball through. Elizabeth with another recovery. Oh God, what can you even do about that lob? Only one option, that's to lob it right back over. It's a battle of the lobs. But Irina's bajadas are deadly, and now is no different. She will floor Carlotta. Off the back of a great exchange. We're at 15 all. Adjustment over here. Looking for more. Lob sends Natalie back. She's got a bajada of her own. Not quite got the same kind of power in it, but can Elizabeth deliver something similar? She tries to go deep, and it's gone too far. (15-30). Could this be the breakback that they've been looking for consistently? Elizabeth doesn't want to let that happen. And she'll bring it back to 30 aside with a very powerful smash. Chunk found. Wicked chunk. That's a flat volley, but that's all they need. 40-30. Championship point. Do we have our new Queens of Pattaya? We'll have to wait to see. Carlotta, hope so, but hope will not be what gets you points. We'll meet the net instead. Elizabeth doing her best to keep her chin up. Back and over, trying to go to the corner. Natalie turns around, counter-attacks with the Bahada, but doesn't get too much out from it. Elizabeth allows that ball to sail right past its advantage in, and again, championship point. And for the Estrada sisters right now, it's back to Elizabeth. Carlotta looks to find the close. With that, it's a championship secured for the Estrada sisters. Carlotta coming through in her first major debut, winning out the Grand Slam. And for Elizabeth, who's barely had many pro-level appearances, this is a huge win to put underneath their belt. They will be quickly propelling themselves forward to the forefront of the APPT women's rankings. If this is how they keep on playing, we're going to have to wait to keep an eye out on them. I hope that we'll see them again very soon for future APPT tournaments, because this has been an absolute storm. Remember, we've got one more matchup coming up. The professional men's side is going to be playing up next. You have to stay tuned for that. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Coming up in just a bit. Welcome back. It is the grand finals of the professional men's category here at the APPT Prime Padel Pattaya Grand Slam. We have royalty in the building, as it is, of course, Eduardo Altimires in another grand finals. No one is surprised by that. Juan Carlos playing with him opposite the camera right now. Eduardo Altimires is playing on the right side, Juan Carlos on the left. Meanwhile, we've got Sergi Nogueras, a very commonly seen player in the circuit. He is, of course, rank number 7 right now, likely going to be elevating himself very soon with his big win over Miguel Gonzalez in the semi-finals. And with him, a fantastic showing so far from Mr. Valentino himself on the right side. Valentino and Sergi have managed to make the semi-finals or better at 3 straight events, but can they beat out Eduardo Altimires? That's a big question. Valentino on the right-hand side played an incredible semi-final. So agile, definitely stealing the show. And all Sergi Nogueras needed to do was stay primed and consistent. Juan Carlos almost has that chancletazo returned over to him. Valentino can't get the ball over. Not quite yet. 40 love for Eduardo and Juan Carlos. First game will go the way of the favorites. First seed of the tournament, Eduardo Altimires, is just been on fire recently. Always been a threat ever since his dominant spree of wins with Paul Alsina, all the way dating back to last year before they split up around the Singapore Masters. Juan Carlos in the semi-finals was a little bit reliant on Edu to push him forward and through. I'm interested to see if Juan's feeling better right now. Edu. Block will not work out. Valentino's got too much speed on that Bahada. Valentino currently, of course, is rank number 17. But he has been a relatively newer addition to the circuit. Likely going to be climbing up in the ranking points very soon with the way things are going. Gorgeous shot down center. What a backhand volley to give them 40 love. Feels like we might end up having back-to-back maidens. And Valentino finds the feet of Altimires. One aside.
Fondo, media, dos delante. Pas.
Fifth. Watch out for this one, Juan Carlos. It's that smash that he was hesitant to commit to earlier on in the semi-finals. We saw so many opportunities for Juan Carlos, but he decided to fake instead. Was really feeling uncertain about the smash earlier on in the day. But now, feeling much better. Unfortunately, Eduardo Altimires on that volley will still not be able to find connection. It is 15-30 down for Juan Carlos on his serve. Good recovery from Nogueras. Valentino's already there on the block. Edu, renowned for his vibras. Valentino coming back over. Good drop down. Gives a chance over to Nogueras for a vibros of his own. But it's going to go too deep. 30 all. Juan Carlos has Edu attacked. Edu lets the ball go by his side, tries to sidestep into a shot to the gallery of Valentino. That opens things up for Sergey to be moved over. He can't get that last reach. It will be 2-1. Eduardo and Juan keep things on serve, but you can already see Sergey and Valentino are feeling confident coming into this one. Sergey Nogueras now serving. Beautiful shot to the corner. There's no chance for Edu to dig that one out. Of course, Valentino is the solitary non-Spanish player coming into the grand finals representing the Argentine flag. I'm sure he has reason to be staying up later on at night regardless of how this goes. This is going to be the World Cup with his country representing in a couple of hours. If he's feeling particularly good, this could be a championship in two different ways. Sergey, 40 love. And it's going to be to a side. Services all held on rather comfortably. High ball through. Edu. Oh, what a shot! And has it been recovered? You've got to be joking. How has Valentino done that? It feels like a waste. And Sergey isn't able to get it back over. But Valentino so bloody quick. No idea how he's managed that one. Apologies exchanges. Juan Carlos will end up making contact with Valentino. 30 love for Edu and Juan. High lob out. Nice clip out to the corner as well. And Sergey to give them their first point so far on any of Edu's services. We've seen quite a few clean sweeps so far. But this time it is a 40-15 that Edu Altamires looks to close it out from. One lets the ball sail by, 3-2. Eduardo and Juan Carlos. Yet another very straightforward hold on their serve as they just continue to look for that break. back into things, and it is Valentino in control of his own service. Juan Carlos. High lob. Nogueras is going to be trying to keep him contained with the Vibra. Slows it down, and that means Valentino has his own chance. A little bit more explosiveness coming out from him, and where he does move in for the block, it's a control required. Eduard Altimires will still be continuing the aggression. Juan Carlos sent back over. Backhand slows it down. Sergey asks for priority. Beautiful shot. Blocks out the gallery, and Juan Carlos still keeps it, but not for long. That's such a great setup coming out from Sergey Nogueras. Just finding such a slim angle there. Lob back over to the corner. What's the plan from Altimires? He's continuing to push it down. Juan Carlos keeps it alive. Sergey Nogueras finally goes for the smash, and the kick on that is far too much for Juan Carlos to make that distance. Forty love. Serve out to the center. What? Oh, beautiful stuff. You can't be giving opportunities like that to Sergey Nogueras. He does not miss an easy shot. And that might not sound like it's an impressive feat. I am telling you here and now, in a grand finals, to have a reliable smash, even on the easiest of balls, is so much more difficult than you've got any idea of. Big lob back out. It goes high, but it's actually a slower Bajada, and that's where Valentino finds his space to get aggressive. Edu Altimires thinks that the ball's going to come out towards his right side, gets a misread on it. And it will be love 15. Juan Carlos did struggle to close out on his serve the last time over. If there's going to be a break expected, this would be it. But it will not be easily found anyway. Valentino, what a save out from the corner, but he can't find the backhand. Altimires and Valentino are just complete opposites when you're looking at how the right side players are playing. Valentino's hyperactive on the court, so quick to make his adjustments. Altimires is calm, he's measured, he's taking his time, he's not running in repeatedly for these super aggressive volleys. Both styles can work, but which style will triumph? Valentino finds the feet of Altimires as he tries to push forward. It's 15-30. Sergey Nogueras receives on the forehand. Keeps the focal point as Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos calls out frantically to try and target Sergey, who hadn't actually pushed forward there just yet. But Sergey's not pushed forward for a reason. He wants to be in a better position for these Vibras. Masterful, but called out just barely. All. 40-30 as the serve cannot be returned. Juan Carlos is hoping that this will be the closeout for the danger zone of potentially having his own service broken. Lob is Picture perfect, but the Bahada's even better. What in the world is that Bahada? The amount of underspin it has on it, there's no chance for it to come back over, and it goes by the backhand side of Sergei Nogueras. Fantastic stuff to close out his own service. Sergei and Valentino down 3-4, but still on serve. Sergei Nogueras now takes the serve. 3-4. I lob out. Nogueras. Oh, what a catch! Oh, my days. Altamira is completely blindsided. Altamira has to make sure that that doesn't happen again, but Valentino has been removed from the game a little bit, as much as they can. And when that backhand volley attempt comes out to his side, he's already done well enough to unsettle them. Valentino Costa has just been marvelous on the right-hand side. Lob out. Goes far too deep. Juan Carlos not able to bail himself out. 40-15, Sergei and Valentino continue to look comfortable in their hold. So far, look, again, there's only one player who's had discomfort so far on, getting a hold out. But even Juan Carlos has not really let it get too bad. Nice back and forth, but in the end, Nogueras committing too hard to a volley to go deep into the side glass, and it goes directly to the side glass. Easy does it. Smash over and out. For a side. No reason to doubt him. Altamira was just worried that his feet might have ended up being caught out, so trying to jump over a ball that's never coming his way in the first place. Valentino! What a return. Edu not having a chance to pick that one up. Altamira's still will be able to shake that off very easily. There's a reason why he has all of these titles, but will there be another one added in? Nice fake, directional change in there as well. Valentino takes the left side because of it, but still comfortable on it. Looking for a lob, looking for a way to get back in position to get us as well with a flat shot down center. But on that left side, it's a forehand volley, which will betray Valentino. 15 all. Juan Carlos. Ball goes far too deep. (15-30). You have to be careful. This is a critical point. Lose here and you're facing down versus 2 break points. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be too worried. Valentino interrupts again. Edu has his side cut off completely. That's the 3rd time this set. And Valentino Acosta has been able to pull that off. And now a chance to break. It's not multiple break points in a row. You might never get that versus Altamires and Juan Carlos, honestly. But you have to find this 1 point here. Unfortunately, for Sergei and Valentino, that is simply not an option. Deuce. Oh, gorgeous. Now you're going to have back-to-back break points. Remember, it is advantage out away from Eduardo and Juan Carlos. If they win this one, it will go to a golden point. Nogueras finds a lob on the backhand, keeps it close to the gallery so that Altamires has fewer options still. His Bajada is just too good. The question is who will receive at golden point. Valentino asks for that responsibility. He's found a few points off of serve returns as well. It would be hard to do that at a critical point like this. Edu's going to be careful with his serve and golden. Nice and deep. Slower. And better on the fake. Juan Carlos has been looking for a point off that fake all day long. This is one of his first where he's gotten it directly, and one of the most important. They will not be broken. Eduard and Juan find that 5-4 lead. Back into things we go, and it is serve for Valentino. Good lob from Juan Carlos. Nogueras looking for a fake smash of his own. doesn't commit to it too hard. Valentino slows down his bajada, and that's what catches off Juan Carlos. 30 love for Sergi and Valentino. Far too aggressive out from Valentino over there. Gets a head-high ball and tries to get an immediate winner on it. Valentino. Back over to Nogueras with the bandeja. How has Juan Carlos brought it back in their favor, and off the back of it, it will be 30 aside. We are no longer getting these maiden games where service holds look incredibly easy and comfortable. It is gritty. It is bloody out here in Pattaya. Bahara in. Nogueras will receive it. Juan Carlos knew he couldn't go forward from that. High lob out. There's not going to be a chance to Bahara it. You have to hit it beforehand. Valentino realizes that, reclaims the net. Will be played with on the Chiquita. Still has a chance to keep pressure onto Carlos. Carlos will be giving out the easiest smash of Valentino's life. What a sequence. It is Chiquita on Chiquita battles until finally Juan Carlos is forced into a corner that he cannot fight his way out of. (40-30). Altamirez. Big lob. And you can see that Valentino and Sergi have come through with a very clear-cut protocol. They want to target Juan Carlos on a lot of these overheads. Back to deuces, they will not be able to do so here and now. Nogueras misses out on a kick smash, and you're looking at set and break point here. Eduardo and Juan Carlos. It's a big chance for them. It's a big chance for them. Serve will go to the forehand. Juan Carlos gets a great Chiquita out onto Nogueras' backhand. Allows for Altamirez to lob through. Bahada is slow. It's gentle. Altamirez looks to close. Will be able to do so. What a response. And what a break coming through in game number 10. 6-4 as set 1 will be taken by Altamirez and Juan Carlos. Sergi and Valentino not out of it by any means. Set 2 begins with Juan Carlos on serve. Altamirez takes the backhand priority. Valentino perhaps confused by it as well, but a great block from Valentino. Sets up Nogueras to attack the Altimedes corner. What a shot. Beautiful. Man, you can't mess with that kind of a vibro. You simply cannot. First serve is a fault, 15-all. Juan Carlos gets gifted the perfect volley to end the point on 30-15. But a fault on the first. Altimedes finds Valentino, who's able to lob it back over, but the backhand on backhand action just does not work out for Valentino Acosta. Juan Carlos. Oof. Brutal miss on that volley, in fact. 40-30. That's 2 game points dwindling down to just the 1. Smash up from Juan Carlos will not be connecting, and Valentino take no prisoners. I mean, look at that spin, just so incredibly aggressive. The torque that he's able to put into his shot is stunning. 40-all. But a serve return that goes awry means that Valentino's efforts will be in vain. Advantage still in favor of Edu and Juan. Nogueras. Nice lob goes out. At least it looked like a nice lob. Unfortunately for him, he's not quite able to find the ground that he's really hunting for. Nogueras and Valentino have to be careful on some of these serve returns where they've been finding success in these big shots, these clutch finds, these corners, these counter smashes. None of that matters if you're going to end up giving 2 to 3 points in a serve return across the course of a deuced game. Nice shot from Valentino. Edu's being targeted, but he does manage to shift the focus back over to Juan Carlos, who's there to cut off Nogueras' gallery. Love 15. Beautiful lob from Juan Carlos. Bahada is going to be recovered with another good one, but this time it's on the backhand. That means it's slower. No! It's a slower shot. Altimedes gives as good as he gets. And Acosta, who gave a chance to smash over to Juan Carlos, is going to be very lucky. And that smash does not connect. Nogueras. Good looking smash, but it's still kept inside. Altimedes will cover off the cross while Juan Carlos makes his way back into the court. Now Valentino under pressure as he tries to shift over to the gallery opposite him. Unfortunately misses out, and it will be 30 aside because of that. continue to try and find space into Valentino. Juan Carlos given a chance to lob, but it is going to be shallow. Juan Carlos cannot defend the same vibra thrice over. Eventually you will make a mistake. And with Nogueras continue to get these picture-perfect shots to try and commit to, it felt inevitable the mistake would come from the other side. Nogueras again. Pull out a camera, take a snapshot, because this is not going to be something you can replicate in any other way. Beautiful game from Nogueras in these last few points. It's back to one aside. Edu is back on serve. Beautiful lob from Sergi. So hard to generate power for a Bajada on that one. You barely have any space to wind your arm back in the first place, but still Valentino is able to rack up the pressure more and more after what was a slower Bajada. Will be love 30 as Altamira's and Juan Carlos lose out on their first two in their attempt to hold. Nice flat shot through from Valentino. Lob follows in. Juan Carlos, the Bajada will not matter at all. Beautiful jumping backhand volley from Valentino. And Valentino sends it back out to the corner. Sergi Nogueras manages to force through a third point in a row. It is love 40 down. How do Eduard Altamires and Juan Carlos bring it back from here? Do they bring it back from here? Or is this a break we just have to write off? Good lob from Sergi. Valentino somehow delivers that bit of magic on his own. It is going to be 2-1. Sergi Valentino. This duo will find a very early break in the second set. A breakup looking to consolidate it. Sergi Nogueras comes in to serve. Valentino Acosta has given us a lot of very good defensive moments so far. And right now, might be looking for some aggressive ones as well. What a lob from Altamires. Valentino delivers that one more of his own. High ball through. Nogueras comes back over. Ooh, Edu Altamires really looked like he was putting himself in a good position there, but will meet the net instead. Juan Carlos coming through, lending him a shoulder to quickly support him. Valentino. Very slow, hyper spinny balls back out on these bandejas. And where he looks for that grill drop shot, instead gets crossed by. The pass-through shot found from Altamires. He's getting good advantages for himself, but can he actually close this point out as he continues to be given the ball? It's all between Valentino and Altamires so far. Finally, the change-up comes through, but Nogueras is not caught off guard. Gets a half-volley lob, moves back in, turns it into a back-and-forth Vibra battle. Nice half-volley to keep it back in control. Altamires is not feeling good about that. Not one bit. Valentino. Oh, Nogueras is going to close this one. Absolutely not. A chance for Juan Carlos to bring it back. 40-15. Nice shot once. And it will be the consolidation, 3-1. Juan Carlos back on serve. Beautiful pick up from behind him on the backhand from Carlos. What in the world is that shot? Altamires will meet the smash head on, get a ground stroke off of the smash. It'll clip the net, lose all momentum, so Valentino cannot cross over to the side. Everything goes right in that shot. Look at this, one more time. Smash comes through, beautifully lined up, and Altamires, oh dear. Shot out from Carlos. That's never going to be leaving the court, but it does get countered back. The problem is he doesn't have quite that same pivoting spin to lob it back as he showed in the semifinals right now. Maybe some fatigue also catching up. It is very humid in Pattaya right now. That's in. That's in. Valentino doesn't try to make it fancy, just keeps it calm and steady. Nogueras is the one who enables aggression. Valentino pushing forward again and again. All off the back of that one beautiful vibra from Nogueras. There was no chance for Eduardo Juan to find their balance. Look at that little sequence coming through. 30 all. Could this be another chance for a break? Nice lob as he crashes into the glass as well. Now to Mires. It's his ground strokes that are just so deadly, man. Even if you get over to the net, Altamirez's ball barely goes over the net. And then it's never going to be a ball you feel comfortable volleying in if he gets off the shot that he wants. Nice stopping backhand. Lob back over. Nogueras. Assisted by the net, and that ball is far too wide. 2-3, Edouard and Juan make sure that that 2-point spree will be maintained at just that. They're still down by a break, but they can look to fight back later on in this set. Valentino on serve. Altamirez with a big lob. 3-2 lead, 15 love. Sergey and Valentino are blazing their way through this second set. Nice. Oh, what a pickup from Juan Carlos. With a little bit of kick to the bum. Just to reassure him from Altamirez that that was truly a sickeningly good shot. 15-all. Valentino jumping up for the backhand, gives himself the extra spin. Takes priority on the Bajada, sends it down center. And that is Sergey Nogueras. His rulos are so good. Honestly, this is the thing. Sergey, you compare him to some of the other players out on the circuit. You know, your Miguel Gonzalez's. One of the counterparts would be Mark Benitez because he's right side player but playing with the left hand. And they are faster, they are flashier, but Nogueras just knows what ball to go for every single time. And what ball to leave. Valentino asks for priority, tries to move it over. Being forced onto the grill, Juan Carlos will have him wrapped around his finger. Big lob, big lob. Able to bring out another one, but this doesn't go quite deep enough, so Valentino has more space on the net, tries to cross it over, look for a pass through, will not be able to do so, but the pressure on Altamirez is not over just yet. Nice shot through to the grill. Valentino continues to force forward, and that's where Nogueras will get his chance to get a very big tap out from the back glass. $40-30 for Sergey and Valentino. Sergey. Valentino found himself clipped by the net, still is able to come through with a very good forehand volley, trying to force Edu Altamirez into an awkward position, but Altamirez instead takes over net control, and with that, assisted by one more net tickle. A little bit of frustration because of that, but still it is the first deuce. Wheeler doesn't find the grill, but a good stop. As the block, oh, the smash is just so good. Nogueras springs down, coils up, and he unloads a beautiful shot. Advantage in. Valentino sprinting out for that shot. Nogueras will be contraed back in. It's to his backhand, and Juan Carlos is too far deep into the court to do anything about it. 4-2. As the service will switch. Winds in for the biggest smash you're going to see. Valentino even almost makes that distance. I mean, look at this one. Valentino knew the second he gave out that lob, he knew it was too short. He knew he'd rushed it too much. He knew that the volley before it was too damn good. That will assist. 15 all. And apologies sent out. Juan Carlos. Back over to Altamirez. Such a good job of keeping pressure onto Valentino, but he's been even better at assuaging it. Everyone watching inside Pattaya knows exactly what's going on. This is Valentino in flow state.
Después, te la acabo de tocar.
$30 to $40, another chance to break. Could they take this home on 2 breaks? That would be big. Moving into set number 3. It will be a deuce on the back of Juan Carlos. Having some very good net progression. Has to go out to towel himself off. It's been a hot and sweaty day. I don't blame him. Valentino stands to receive. Juan Carlos takes the Bahada. What a return from Valentino. Again, just keeping it on the cusp of the border of the cage. But unfortunately, Nogueras cannot do the same. 4-3. Gorgeous shot out from Altamira as Valentino cannot recover it. Love 15 down. For Edward and Juan Carlos, if they want to win this in 2 sets, it has to be here and now. Nogueras will have to have his service broken. If Altamira wants a chance at it. He is on his knees. He is begging the ball to cooperate. But the lower seeds have no reason to assist them in this endeavor. Juan Carlos slows down the Bajada. Will have sent it down through the middle of both players. So Valentino is forced back. Because of that, Altamira gets a good rush forward to the net. Back-to-back hard volleys, every time increasing the power just a little bit. And now it's 15-30. Nogueras. Big spin. And Carlos. Juan Carlos simply cannot find that lob. He wants to try and play off of the Chiquita. Instead, Valentino keeps the pressure on Altamira, who will then come through, make another big mistake, and attempting the lob in a position where it was always going to be difficult. 30 all. Mistakes are being made on both sides, so Valentino goes for a vibra that's incredibly aggressive, and it will not be connecting. Valentino down the center. Juan Carlos will get the better of them. With that, they bring it back to 4 all. Sergey and Valentino had to keep that break held for so long. Unfortunately, they can't get it through to the very end. Now you're back on serve. Pressure's been released. Altamira and Juan Carlos are feeling good about themselves. Juan Carlos will be on the serve. And that serve goes out to the forehand. Beautiful Bajada, no spin on it at all. Treats it practically like a flatter volley coming in from above his head. But a backhand from Juan Carlos will go too deep. Great read from Sergey Nogueras to leave that one behind. It's a good check. As they're down love 15. Woo! Chancletazo will not be the end of it. Valentino will keep the ball alive. Very nice high lob to come through. Meets the sky, says hello to the moon, and then comes back over his way off the back of a concha. Now this backhand battle between Altamira and Valentino is going to come to a stop. The Bajada comes out. Nogueras tries to slow it down. Will not be accepted as Altamira keeps the pace accelerated. And now finally, Juan Carlos comes through with a chance to over it. He's far away from the ball, so he can't actually comfortably go for a smash. It's kept alive. The drop shot is there, and that's going to be Edward and Juan coming out on top, 15 all. Altamira's lob goes far too deep. Far too deep. Juan Carlos runs back gets himself a good backhand. What a block. Juan Carlos asked for the switch. Valentino might be caught out. Altamirez is there on the left side to cover and pick up that beautiful, gorgeous sequence of events, ending it in a straightforward smash to the back. I mean, look at this. The one big change up over there is that Nogueras, who normally has his Vibra go to the corner, bounce out twice, and then Juan Carlos picks it up, has that sequence changed completely. Juan Carlos takes one extra step, receives the Vibra, blocks it completely on the backhand, transfers his weight over, and now goes back in for a drop shot. Altamirez not committing out with full power. And they're not in the green just yet, 40-30. Oh dear, that's a big net touch again. That's going to be very frustrating to have your 2 game points be flipped on their head and made into a deuce. Partially because of the net. Does not feel good. And a fault on the first. Nogueras is forced back into the gallery again and again. Eventually will be caught out. Juan Carlos does well. Juan Carlos does well to keep pushing Nogueras into a corner. Altamirez moves over to try and switch out balls as well. That same exact ball has been in use for about 5-6 rallies. It would maybe be good to let it sit for a second. Lose some of that moisture and accumulates mid-air. Big lob, very nicely played. Nogueras this time will not have his Vibra blocked. That was a one-off. Altamirez. Oh dear, oh dear. Altamirez moves in for the interrupt. He doesn't let the ball come down. He knows what he's just given up. Even Juan Carlos is shaking his head in dismay. After the miss hit from Sergei Nogueras, that should have been point over. Golden point will be played by Valentino. Juan Carlos back over for the Bahada. Will seal it away in the golden moment. In the dying embers of that game, they still have one last shot, and that's exactly what pushes them over the brink. Up 5-4, Sergei and Valentino, can they keep on fighting? 4 to 5, Sergey and Valentino might have lost that break advantage, but they certainly do not want to lose out in the same fashion. That last set was heartbreaking. A points difference. And now Altamira is pushing forward. Will miss on the backhand. Valentino's still frustrated. He knows he was on the losing side of that. He knows that it's some good fortune. And has helped him get the point. He'll take it, don't get me wrong, but won't feel too happy about it. High lob comes out. No get us. Down center. Through the legs. Off Altamira's. But he can't get it in. 30 love for Sergey and Valentino. Making it a very clean affair in game number 10. This time it's 40 love. It should be an easy stretch to force out the full 12 games. As a bare minimum. Ball just barely out. 5 aside. Edu Altamira steps up to serve. Just out. As the day goes on, Altamira's is making more and more errors at the net like that. Coming over to what should be a straightforward forehand volley off the back of your own service. Ends up becoming 15-all instead. Will not be making that same mistake on the short cross. Of course not. Altamira's moves back in for a deadly Vibra. Nice lob. Slower. Bandeja. Nogueras is forced back in. Oh, what a shot from Juan Carlos. Nogueras is forced back in for a contra. Valentino expects a smash in response, and Juan Carlos, who's been going for fakes all day, prioritizes accuracy, goes up for the Valentino corner that Nogueras just simply cannot make the run for. 30-15. For Eduard Altamira and Juan Carlos. What a volley on the first, but jumping up, trying to bury the ball with a backhand. Unable to do so. Opportunity. Backhand Bahada in. It's going to be followed up with a good lob. Very high, so you will see Valentino trying to slow it down. That's where he makes the mistake. Oh no, slows it down too much. Those sky-high lobs can be so tricky to deal with. Big one. Altamira's over to the corner. What's the game plan looking like over here? Valentino moves back in for a Bahada. Down through the center. Another beautiful backhand over here. Keeps it going. And 1-1 really want to end the game here and now, find themselves up to 6, guarantee themselves at least an appearance in the tiebreaker. But Juan Carlos is being played with, he is being toyed with. Sergei Nogueras with back-to-back backhands going out to the grill, finally gives himself a chance with that extra bit of underspin to take it to deuce. Advantage out, Eduard Altimires. Too aggressive, too eager to try and close out this set. And look, I don't know if this is a stamina problem. I don't know if this is focus. I don't know what's going on right now. But whatever it is, it will not get better if you get to set 3. So I understand why he's feeling desperate. Another sky-high lob. Juan Carlos only getting that one chance to be involved. It is all going to be kept on Edu, who cannot finish it just yet. Juan Carlos brings advantage back in their favor with a lot more momentum going their way, but Valentino still regains control over the net. Perfect lob out from Altimires. Moves back in for a slower bandeja. Tries to now focus onto Nogueras and Valentino. Frustration will begin to show. Nogueras will apologize as well. Valentino is doing such a good job of reclaiming that net again and again. That simply isn't enough. Golden point. And who will receive? Ooh, Nogueras asked to receive. This is the first golden point that he's chosen to receive so far. High lob out. Juan Carlos. He is under attack. Valentino forced to go back for a few extra sprints in there. Bahana down center. Nogueras cannot cover in time. It is 6-5 to Eduard and Juan. Can Sergei and Valentino fight back as their reserves run low? Sergei serves for survival. Altimires really hoping to close this out in 2 sets. Altamirez walks over. Cross through as well. Juan Carlos. Shot to the back. Valentino is just delivering everything and more when it comes to court coverage. Nogueira's caught off. Valentino cannot prevent that needle from being threaded. It is love 15 down for Sergi and Valentino. And for a team that has made so many deep runs, this does feel like you start to question yourself. You start to ask yourself if you're just not going to get across that finish line. How many times are you destined to see it? Love 30. Down on his own serve. Any adjustments you need to make come now. If you're down love 40, I don't see this coming back from there. Will help. Valentino smashes. Juan Carlos responds. And now with the sword hanging over his head, Sergi Nogueira has to prevent this championship from materializing. 3 consecutive championship points for Eduard Altamirez and Juan Carlos. Eduard, the most celebrated APPT player, hopes to add another Grand Slam title to his belt. 40 hasn't changed, but they're up to 15 on the serving side. Valentino. Good lob out from Altamirez. Nogueira's caught up in a volley battle. Juan Carlos eventually sent back over to the back of the court. Valentino, beautiful volleys coming up from him back to back, but eventually Altamirez will get that perfect lob that he's hunting for. Out, and with the Bahara missing, it is Pattya in the hands of Juan Carlos and Eduard Altamirez. 6-4, 7-5, and it is hard for Sergi and Valentino finding break advantages, finding momentum going their way, but at the end of it all, that championship pressure proves to be too much. It is another Cinderella run where they're simply just the bridesmaid and not the bride. Eduard and Juan come through, re-solidifying their rankings on top of Asia, and with that we bring Pattaya to an end. Of course, we've got our ending ceremony and everything to still keep an eye out for, so please stay tuned as we do award out the championships. In the meanwhile, congratulations once again to Eduard Altamirez, to Juan Carlos, and over on the women's side of things, congratulations once again to Carlota Estrada and Elizabeth Estrada for a fantastic tournament played. The next APPT Grand Slam will of course be coming next month in August. It will be in Osaka. It will be the Padel Dojo Osaka from the 27th to the 29th of August, so make sure you are ready for that as well. APPT is going to keep on expanding, keep on growing, and keep on delivering fantastic paddle. For myself, this is Malwan Sabi. I will be signing off for now as we all continue to sit on the sidelines and watch our champions be awarded their respective prizes.
order of what, sorry?
Ôi, กดยังไงเนี่ย จะเริ่มเลย It's such a wonderful and incredible weekend at the Pride Padel Pattaya. We are so proud to hold the APPT Grand Slam. Okay, so welcome to the presentation for the winner today. So, but before that, I want to take this moment to say thanks to our sponsor who support us and make this event successful. So we can start from Joma, Head, Padel Pro Shop, Olympia Court, Dalfa News, Pullman, Hotel G, Wow, and Bangkok Pattaya Hospital. I'm very happy that we didn't use her service at all. Okay, ค่ะ Okay, ค่ะ We're gonna go to the first prize. The first one is amateur B mix runner-up Dexter and Nitya. Not here. Okay. It's a little bit late from what we planned, but I'm very happy that you guys still here. Okay. So the next one is amateur mix winner Daniel and Shala. Woo! She spent a week here with me. So, congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, Daniel isn't not here? Oh, okay. Yay! Thank you. Congratulations. Smile. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Amateur female runner-up, Shala again. And Elizabeth.
Shala, you're back again.
Shala, you're back on the set again. Elizabeth, that's you? Do you need a truck to bring the prize? Congratulations. This is amateur female runner-up. Wow. I think they need a truck or the car to bring the prize home. Okay, congratulations. Smile, girl. Okay, thank you. To the next one, pro female runner-up, Elena and Natalie. So beautiful and very good day today. First running up, okay. Congratulations. Toby, Toby want to join? And smile. Oh. Smile. Toby asked, where is food?
She's actually posing.
Smile. Okay. Who is the model? Okay, we move to the next pro female winner. Carlo and Elizabeth. With Elizabeth. Oh, congratulations, girls.
For Daniel, I could take his.
100%.
I mean, after you mean.
Yeah, congratulations. This is our pro female winner. Give me big applause. Woo!
So you're gonna get us one Valentine.
Congratulations. Smile. Okay, and the last one that is take us long and this late is a pro male runner-up, Sergey and Valentino. That was a match. What happened? Oh, Argentina. Congratulations to our pro male runner-up. Smile. Okay, congratulations. Yes, ขอบคุณค่ะ. The next one is a pro male. What are we waiting for? The winner, Edu and Kwan. Congratulations. That's for the 3 days that they are working hard on it. Give me big applause. Smile. Okay, okay, we would like to say thanks again everybody that joined us this time and hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you.
Well done. That was so good. Yeah.